Good morning to you, my friends, family, and loved ones. Welcome to the beautiful and blessed island of Barbados. Beautiful morning here. You might be able to see it a little bit misty now because we get to see spray all over the camera lens, but to get this spot here today, we're gonna have to encounter some sea spray. So forgive it if it looks a little murky. It should be pretty good though. And as you all can see, the sun is getting to the position now of where I like to say our Serenity Prayer. So as we're being blessed with the promises of a new day, those who would like to join me, please do. All others, we will be back with you in a couple of seconds time. God grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. Good morning to each and every one of you. I've just moved running microphone a whole set, so hopefully we're not getting any noise now. I actually had to put it behind a blockade this morning because the winds are definitely a lot stronger than I thought they would be. But it is so beautiful, and when you determine or decide that you're coming over here to this side of the island, you really can't change the last minute. There's not too many options, so you're going to take the wind blast on, just looking for the best spot. Good morning to each and every one of you. I know yesterday you all must have been a little bit shocked that you didn't get any teasing. I was a little bit shocked too, but I decided to hang tight yesterday. I stood with our surfologist, psychologist for the entire afternoon, spent a beautiful day at Crystal Waters, spoke to many of the family, introduced a lot of new people to our gatherings, etc. Gave out a lot of our March Madness cards, and we had a wonderful day. But sorry if you were looking for that 10%, 90%. That just means the next time we can carry it up to 20% teas and 80% for love. So that gives me an advantage for sure. You know, good morning to each and every one of you. Beautiful, beautiful morning here in Barbados. I have toyed with this spot for many months. I've wanted to come here because I remember walking through here as a kid and stuff along the same route. And many times also since then, since we've been doing the vlogs as well. But this exact spot where I am, I have always looked at Soup Bowl and Parlour, and also looked out at the beautiful sunrise from here before. And I thought this morning would be a perfect time to start it. The winds are a little bit strong, but nothing like they were before. So hopefully you all be able to hear everything I'm saying. If not, I'm still going to talk because I like to hear myself talk and I like to get rid of my mouth energy. That way then it can be a little bit quieter when I go back on the south this morning. So, yes, we had a little bit of problem with the button press in there, but we're back in action now. Beautiful, beautiful East Coast. Just to show you where we're walking over so you can get an understanding of what you will have to go through if you're coming over here. There are some paths, but you still have to go over some rocky areas. But there's fairly well defined paths that come through here that a lot of people would use over the Bathsheba area. Now that the Joes River is has a new bridge up, the footbridge, well not new, but relatively new footbridge up, a lot of people tend to go that way. However, the most scenic option is directly through the riverbed and across the track where we are now. Today the tide is extremely high. The swells are definitely pumping. Not really a great surfing swell, but definitely the ocean has a fairly big ocean swell in it. Just to give you an indication where we are, Edgewater Hotel, you may remember that from years and years ago. That was a spectacular place, one of the only swimming pools in the island that actually had salt water combined with fresh water, and it was also one of the most preferred spots for everyone over here. Originally they had the Kingsley Club and Powell Springs, however they went a long time ago, so Edgewater was a noted place here along with the Atlantis Hotel on this side of the island. If you want to stay over here, it was hard to find a beach home because majority of the vacation time, the locals who own the homes would be in them. However, a lot of Airbnb have set up in the Bathsheba area. Talk more about that when we go to that section. Not today, but the next time we go there. As you know, next week we're having our big WSL competition here. Well, 2 competitions here actually. And I'm encouraging any of you that are on the island or that are coming to the island, please come over. We will most definitely be carrying some of that. I don't know how we will be carrying it exactly yet, but I'm really looking forward to coming over and spending the mornings and the days on the beach with all of people I used to hang out with years and years ago. Beautiful, beautiful. Up in the distance here, you're seeing Bathsheba itself. The first set of sand you're seeing, that is just directly below Roundhouse. And then you work your way up into Soup Bowl where the first set of rocks are. Not these immediately here, the ones in the distance. Then you will get High Rock and Parlour, which is just before you will go up the hill to go over to the Atlantis Hotel or up to Andromeda Gardens. That is the furthest rocks we're seeing, which is Tent Bay. Tent Bay's rocks are a lot further out than I thought. You know, I always knew they were far out, but it's only when I was up by Glen Burnie looking down, I realized how many rocks are actually out there. A lot of beautiful rocks. We're in a place known as the Whistling Rocks. A lot of people call that here, or the musical tunes they call it, because of the shapes of them and also because of the sounds and stuff with the very strong winds. I'm not sure if you can make it out, but there are train tracks, the erect poles here, just directly in the center of the screen now, dead center. You may see a couple of them sticking up. If you are walking these routes out here on the East Coast, please wear the correct footgear, because a lot of times during the year you will actually find sand covering most of them, and there's some little spikes that just lay inches below the actual sand surface itself. So don't come trotting around out here barefoot, even if you have a hard Bajan foot like our surfologists. Don't come over here trotting around. You take your time if you're out here, especially on these rocks, because you can most definitely twist your ankle or do some severe damage. We're going to work our way a little bit towards the west now. We're going to walk through this beautiful area known as Joes River. Just stunning scenery out here this morning. As I said, it's going to be a little bit hazy because we have some sea spray on the camera lenses. We're not going to do a wipe of them this morning. It might only make it worse because it is pretty wet. So we just go as we are. Quite a few of the rocks here, the higher rocks, have broken off over the years, because you can appreciate that rock right there, the base you're seeing, had a much taller rock on it. They're actually featured in the Adventureland tours. If you looked at their brochure years ago, you would have seen them where they had done a graphic impression of one of their Jeeps on top of the rock. The rock has gone now, it's dropped into the sea. Quite a few of them that are out here have broken off because, as you can see, all of the weaker matters we talk about are being eaten out, especially ones in the water. You can see them getting whittled away piece by piece. It's beautiful this morning. I'm sorry I didn't get over here last week to have a look at it with the big surf. I wouldn't have been able to bring a live anyhow because there's just too much wind over here last week. Yes, you can see I just took one of my Olympically trained skates and recoveries. That comes from years and years of practice, so don't come out here and play your training stunts. Leave that to the professionals like me, please. You'll see a lot of sargassum has washed up into Joes River itself. No water running from the other direction. We have had some showers, but not enough to really make this river run properly. But you will see the sargassum up inside, so that will tell you how high the sea has been coming up. and you will also, that water there is all brackish water as well. You can see some fish are jumping in it, little small fish. I'm not sure if you can make that out. The resolution hopefully is clear enough. I'm not going to go any further up in here at the moment. I'm just going to stay down on this section. We will cover George River another day, but I just want to show you what out here look like. The sand is soft and deep. Today did not wear beach shoes. They say wear my awesome original 4x4s so that we could do our stroll through some heavier areas. But if you have on beach shoes, you stay behind me. You don't follow me. Stay in the back where we are. This is George River bridge just up in the center of the camera again. There's a wooden structure that goes over where the original bridge was. You can actually see the original bridge itself under that. The metal struts and stuff are coming out. That's where the train used to run over at one time. For many years we walked over there, and then it was then deemed unsafe and barricaded off. However, I think it was about a year ago, the government built George River Bridge, which runs from the Cattlewash section over into Bathsheba. So you can actually ride the coastline now without having to go up all the steep Spree Hill and down Wrong House Hill, or the other way around. You can come across this track here right into Bathsheba itself, making it beautiful. The hike from up by Bath right through the Cattlewash is something that if you had the time and the stamina and the condition, I would highly recommend that. If you don't have that kind of stamina and condition like me, an Olympian, I would recommend you break it down in different phases. You can always do that on a map and stuff. Also get another person to drive with you, because wherever you walk on this East Coast, you have to walk back in your direction to get back to your vehicle. If you have two, you can park one at one end, shuttle each other backward and forward. Beautiful George River. Now when we have heavy rains, there's no way I can stand anywhere down here. All these banks here itself will be full of water coming down through these coconut trees and stuff. It is an amazing view to watch that happening down, coming down through here. I've seen it many times as a child. I was actually down here for the floods in the 70s. We stayed at Josika, which is just down to the west of where we are. So I've seen out here in flood conditions, and I mean real flood conditions. Beautiful, beautiful morning. These rocks out here, the scenery out here, breathtaking. Good morning, Rosemary and Patrick. I'm just above you. I saw your light on this morning, so I know you were up getting your camera focused up to take the sunrise this morning, but I'm going to capture it on film. You can capture it on the stills. As you can see, a big surge has just come in. I walked across here dry earlier on. The tide is actually getting higher now. So I know it's getting lower. I don't know how come it's coming so far up in here, but anyhow, it is quite a bit of water come through, and that set, obviously a very big set. For those of you at Crystal Waters yesterday, yes, I was a little bit on the quiet side. I was actually reminiscing with my buddy Ryan. You know, we spent a lot of time talking about all kinds of stuff yesterday. I really enjoyed myself, but I did see a lot of you as well. A lot of you came over and spoke. We also had some of our followers from the YouTube channel that came over and spoke to us as well. We gave out some cards trying to bring everyone over, because what we would like to do in the EMC is we'd like to cross-platform. We would like all of those from YouTube to come on Facebook and do the lives. And then if they want to go back and show some friends later on, show them on the YouTube where they can get the better clarity and stuff. But we want to cross-platform wherever possible. This is not a plea. This is sort of just a little request. I wouldn't call it a plea. And that is that if you're on Facebook, it'd be real nice if you went over and subscribed to YouTube, just to get our numbers up, because we have a lot more followers on Facebook than we do on YouTube. And we want to, as I said, cross-platform. So if you are there, just go over and subscribe for us. You know, put in a little thumbs up where you see it sometimes, you know, if you enjoy it. And that would be really good. Really appreciate that if you can. Beautiful, beautiful. I could actually stop here and spend the entire day. It feels so peaceful and lovely. What I'll do now though is I will keep quiet and walk a little bit. You may hear some rustling of rocks and stuff like that, but I'm going to keep quiet for you to appreciate and enjoy the beauty and the peace and serenity of this section of Barbados that you may not know if you were not coming through here as a child or running through here recently. Definitely a big swell running up through here, a big surge. Last week it must have been incredible up in here. And you know, they're predicting a fairly big swell coming up for the competition time. So my surfologist has told me So we should have some really good surf to bring to you, and lots of action. We're not going to be covering the surf like the guys with the big zooms and the the megaton of equipment and stuff. We were just doing what we do. We just be letting you experience what it feels like down there, what it's like to walk within, the kind of culture that surfers have, and the kind of environment that we operate in. And I say we because I still term myself a surfer. Don't mind if I don't surf as much as I used to. Still in the blood, still in the thought, heart still pumps, and the adrenaline goes completely up when the swells start to pick up. So it's all there still, just don't go in the water as often. I spend more time with you all now. And also, as you all know, I'm training for all different kind of categories in the Olympics. So many people have been telling me, man, well, you should go for this medal. I have it already. I have hundreds of gold medals in my cupboard at home. I just don't advertise it too much because I don't want to brag too much. But I like to just mention it once in a while to you all. No one else has to know. I mean, no one really in this world is going to follow this vlog. So nobody will really know. But I am a star athlete. As you can see, I'm a professional rock runner as well. How to get there from that surf, because I came right up where we were. Got a few wet boots, but it's not a problem. These are my old girls. If these are the new ones, I'd be breaking and crying. I see my heartbeat on here this morning. No, I'm not talking about you, Ray Cope. I'm talking about Angela Joan Capelli, my love of my life. But Ray Cope, you're my second heartbeat. You know that already, Mr. Conductor. I got a lot of time for you. But Mrs. Conductor has asked me to try and stop this bro romance from going on a little bit and try and leave you alone. So I'm going to keep quiet now, but I saw you come on and I haven't seen you for a long time. So I just want to mention to everyone that you are my second love in life, sir. There we go. It's beautiful. Good morning, Angie. Longing to walk these areas with you. It won't be too long now, I'm sure. Just beautiful scenery out here. Now I'm going to show you something that's going to probably shock you, even if you are a person that's familiar with Bathsheba and stuff. And that is no beach below George River right now at all. All we have are rocks. Absolutely no sand. Now we've had some massive surf recently pounding all the time. That would have taken away all the sand. As you know, there's certain times a year that we walk from here on sand in front of where these rocks are, because these are all covered. You can see from the coloring of these rocks here that these will be under sand, very dark. As you come in where the sand is not covered, you will see them a lot lighter. So that's basically how you can tell. Darkness would also indicate they're underwater quite a bit, but these are mainly under sand most of the year. So there is a beach that comes right up here. However, today I had to take the goat trap. It comes just on the inside of the rocks, because coming over these rocks would have taken just too long. I got a hop, skip and jump, but I had to get here on time for you all. I would have enjoyed that challenge, but I decided to take the goat track, and that's what we're going to do now. We're going to go in that direction on the goat track as well. So you would really need something fairly sturdy when you walk in these areas. The last time I came down here, there was beach almost right up to this rock here itself. So we were able to walk very comfortably in beach shoes right around actually, and we went up through to Soup Bowl along the same area where we were standing before. But as you can see this morning, that would not be possible. Breathtaking view coming for you all right now. Here we go. Stunning sun. That's why you gotta call a real true tropical Bajan sunrise. Glowing and blasting from where it is. Hope you brought your darker makers. I did warn you this morning. Now as a kid, we used to come through here all the time because we used to stay in Cattlewash and we used to surf in Soup Bowl. So I mean, we didn't really go to the sandbank too often. It was always Soup Bowl, Soup Bowl, Soup Bowl. So we used to run through here quite often barefoot. I wouldn't even dream of that now. I would have difficulty in running on anywhere in Barbados barefoot now. Foot too soft. As you all know, I have baby feet. That's because I always have on my skill train shoes, whatever type it is. Always have on some kind of shoes because I'm always training for my events. So foot's gone a little bit soft now. So even the soft foot competition gold medal, I will carry that away now for sure. I'm talking a lot about gold medals today, but trust me, I'm only scratching the surface because I have hundreds and hundreds of them. Just glorious. I saw someone mention about having a party at Crystal Waters. We have a party there every week, just to let you know. A little difficult. We have so many EMC members now. There are always some on the island. So to get a party there, we'll probably have to time that in March or February. Maybe we can look at that for next year. You know, make some plans for that. But in the meantime, we party there every Sunday. So if you're on the island, make your way to Crystal Waters on a Sunday. Come and join the family. So all this here would be generally beach in front of here. Darker rocks, remember, see, darker rocks where the beach would be covering or the sand would be covering. Higher up there would always be these kind of rocks. In these areas here, there are some pools that are relatively known as being safe at low tide when the seas are obviously calm. Right now you don't want to go near this ocean. This ocean is what I would have to term as deadly, not dangerous, deadly. I'd rather carry the higher category. That's like the phase 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We are at phase 4 today. You don't want to mess around in any pools in Cattlewash. If you come down in Bathsheba and you see the pools below around house today, you can go in at low tide. I am not going to recommend that at all because there's a surge that's coming in that will pull you out of those pools and pull you beyond the reef. If you go beyond these reefs, unless you're extremely experienced or you can calm yourself and do not panic, you are possibly not going to get back in. I like to paint that because out here beyond this reef itself, where these waves are actually breaking right now, is where the drop off is. This is the reef shelf that the waves come in and hit. So they're coming from deep water or deepish water into shelves right there of coral. Under those shelves, underwater caves, underwater tunnels, underwater taverns, extremely sharp coral. You do not want to get caught in this ocean out here unless you know what you are doing. And if you know what you're doing, you won't be caught out here. You'll be coming out to enjoy it. So please do not come and mess around on this east coast of the island at all. In summer, many times you will find out here like a lake, no waves at all. You will see the reef that's exposed out here. No waves, no chop, just perfect conditions. Now you will see them because we're going to show you them later on in this year for sure. But in summer you can find out here like a lake. Even then, I wouldn't advocate swimming out here. Stay with the locals. If you see locals in a pool, use the pool. But if you don't see locals in a pool, do not mess with out there, please. You know, my grandmother, and I'm sure all of your grandmothers always said, the sea ain't got no back door. If you don't understand what that means, think about it for a little while and get back to me on that. It's just beautiful out here. I'm going to give you a 360 from right here. As you can see, we have some Sargassum. So if you have your Sargassum filters on, please clip them onto your shades now. If you do not have Sargassum filters, look beyond that beautiful gold. Note, I call it beautiful gold, not calling it seaweed. That is our beautiful gold mat that we presently have on this side of the island. And beyond that is beauty that you cannot find better anywhere in the world. So here we go. We're taking a clockwise one this time because I know you must be dizzy from the other spin. Enjoy this quiet, silent, no speaking 360. Here we go. Got to purchase a lotto ticket today. Why did that so easy and not a bite on the tongue? Relaxed, calm, probably because I've talked my life away already for about 30 minutes, but anyhow, that's not a problem. I still have tons and tons and tons of more mouth action to go. So if you're, this is the kind of stuff you're gonna have to come over. I want to show you where there are no paths. So from here, we're gonna be walking on this type of terrain. So if you are not capable of handling this kind of terrain, please don't venture beyond the sand. I know it's beautiful. Get you know, right up to the Joes River Bridge, walk across the bridge on the path that goes to either from the Wrong House side or from the Cattlewash side, and take a view from there. But please don't come down into Joes River unless you are extremely steady and sturdy on your feet. Now I'm going to be making my way across here. If you all see dips and stuff, that might be me going down, but you'll also see them so quickly because, as I said before, highly trained, skilled acrobatic. I am not sure if our friends are up, but Rosemary, Patrick, you're up. Good morning to you all. I saw your light on, so I'm sure you're up. We have some exciting adventures planned upcoming. I'm not going to let the cat out the bag on it at all, but I will tell you, we'll be doing some new stuff coming up. I'm not telling you it's tomorrow or the day after. We're going to have to time it because a lot of it is weather related as well, but we do have some permission to go some other spots and stuff, so you're going to be enjoying some other things in the near future, but until then you will be enjoying beautiful Barbados anyhow. You can see we do have the Sargassum. It is not nearly as bad, I will say. I'm not going to say as it will get, because I'm hoping it doesn't get like it has been over the last 2 years, but down here it can actually have mounds of Sargassum that are 6 to 8 feet tall. That's what all of it just compacts itself up. When you're here, you can't see over it when you're down the beach section looking inland. It is that tall in certain areas. That's all of the East Coast gets like that, and some of the Southeast as well. Hopefully it won't happen this year. Prior to 2015, I don't remember it ever being this way. However, since then we have most definitely been impacted by it every year. We've had some milder years. Last year wasn't as heavy as it has been, but it lasted a long time. Our Sargassum season, I will call it, was around with us for quite a bit last year. Again too, if you see Sargassum like this here, do not go swimming in it, please. Not only may they have funny objects in it, but also because it's very dangerous to swim in that, because it's hard to get above it. You know, this is where turtles, you know turtles how they are. I mean, they're in the sea, they're born and raised in the sea. They can actually drown in this type of very thick Sargassum because they can't get up for air, and sometimes when there are huge mats around, you'll find them entangled in that as well. Ready for this here? Darker makers, enjoy. So the slackening and the high pressure has definitely helped us this morning. There are a few gusts and stuff when you get a few clouds coming over, but otherwise that winds are relatively manageable, I would say, for sure. And yeah, okay, say good morning, speak to everybody. Hello, yes, he's saying hi to all of you all. I'm going to take him back out of the camera now, because there's still people that send love to him and don't send love to me. So I'm going to keep you all on a bet. You're not going to say hello to him this morning. You can see I have the dirty war wagon there waiting on the boss lady to come and wash it, and she will come, I'm sure, soon. She told me that day she can't come and clean it because she's sick, but she will get better. So I will keep it until she gets better. I want to give her all the love I can possibly give her. Lots of little flies and stuff up here in the Sargassum too. There's no stench to it. That can also happen. It can get very acidic smells around Sargassum, but there's none of that this morning at all. It's actually smelling really good. It just smells like the east coast of the island with some Sargassum weed. It's like having a cup of coffee with sugar or without. Today we have it with the sugar, the sweetness of the Sargassum. We're not going to go too much further. Just want to show you a couple of homes here. You can get these places for rental if you're interested. Long-term rental, very difficult to get them on short-term rental. Don't even think about getting them in summer, like say from July, August to September, because these will be booked on an annual basis. So people that have been staying in some of these homes here 30 plus year and rent them every year. But there are some available in the Cattlewash area. Sometimes you may have to you know, go into the hills somewhat. The hills are beautiful because you can get away from the heat down here. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous beach. But I will tell you, when you're down here in summer, in the middle of the day or in the early afternoon, this place is like a furnace. All of the sand, you touch the sand, it will take off a layer of skin. And I'm not joking about that. As you can see, it is browner than on the south side, so it actually holds the heat in it. If you come across here at around 2 o'clock on the afternoon in summer, without shoes on, you can possibly lose your skin. One thing for sure, it is so hot that you will feel nauseous. Unless you have a hard Beijing foot, like some of our visiting residents that are on the island. I hope you've enjoyed our walk this morning. It's a little bit more on the wild side, but we haven't done over here for a long time. You know, we've had a lot of winds and stuff. We've been challenged with that. So I thought this morning that I saw the wind charts drop a little bit, that we'd be able to take in the beauty of the East Coast. There's so much on the east and the north and the southeast that we cannot go to when the winds are gusting. Not that we can't go to them. I could handheld this on the phone and do it and try and shield it with my hand, but it's never going to be what I want to offer you. And I'm trying to offer you the absolute best that we can. So we alternate and go to the south or to the west coast to get away from the winds when they're real strong. But next week with the surfing competition, strong winds or not, we will most definitely be covering that, because it's where I want to be. It's where my heart is, and therefore that's where I'm going to take you all, let you all see what it's all about and enjoy it. So as I keep telling you all every day, I'm telling myself, because remember, when I'm talking to you all, I am self-coaching. I want to make that real clear. I have by no means have anything under control. I by no means have control over anything in my life whatsoever. I have will that and turn that over to God. But what I will tell you is that every day I try my absolute best to be the person I am, and I try my best to be what God would want me to be. I'm going to fail. I know that already, because I am not perfect. I will never be perfect. I will never do everything right. That none of us will ever do that, because we are not God. That's the only perfect being. So just do your best that you can possibly do. And remember, the self-coaching is for me extending it to you. I'm not telling anyone what to do with their life or how to live their life or how to run their life. I'm not telling you that what I'm saying is correct. I'm telling you that what I'm saying works for me. This is where I find peace. This is how I find serenity. This is how I find love. This is how I find all of the blessings that God gives me. I don't overlook them, because I take my time. I smell. I breathe everything. I look at everything. I feel everything. And then I try and do my absolute best. Remember, your best is as good as you can do. It may not be perfect, but it's the best you can do. And if you go to sleep tonight knowing that you've done the best that you could possibly do, and ask God to forgive you for the things that you did not rise to the occasion for, then you have made another day in Barbados, another day in this world, and another day for people around you to feel positiveness and kindness from. Go forward today, please, everyone, and take this peace and this serenity with you. Enjoy what you've seen this morning, and remember, this is here waiting on you. You can come for this here, or you can stay home if you can't make it, and we will bring this to you, because we are going to bring you the beauty of Barbados through my eyes, because we are the EMC, our care team, our Munch Kings, all of our family want to do nothing else but start the day in a peaceful way. And hopefully you're finding that this morning. If you're new in the channel, you haven't been able to comment with all these beautiful comments here, please send a friend request so you'll be able to do this tomorrow morning or the next time you're on. And, you know, for everyone taking this photo op that I'm going to give you now with a little bit of wind, and enjoy the beauty of Barbados. And may you go in peace and safety today, and may God bless you all with great lives full of richness, and that is not monetary. That's peace and happiness and serenity and love and care. Have a great day, everyone. Love you all.